Hello riders and not. Today on the vlog is a review of Suzuki Katana. If you will ask me, I don't like it. I love it. I love how Suzuki took the old retro 1980s style and design and modernized it. Modernized it very tastefully for me. I really like the look of it, and it's just like, we look so good together. You have to admit that we really look good together. Once I saw it at Suzuki first time when I came on 8S to pick up Katana, and that the first impressions you can see in the first impressions episode. I thought this will be so much bulkier, and because it is a liter engine and 150 horsepower, I was slightly nervous of how I will ride it all the way back 100 miles straight away, all the different roads, Milton Keynes, and then back roads, and then traffic and a bit of a motorway, so all the different kind of roads straight away after I jumped on the powerful, used to be a MotoGP engine bike. But it is the same as 8S. It is so easy to control. The weight balance of it, the seat height, overall the size of a bike, and it just fits me so well. As you can see, my knee sits perfectly in where it's made for a knee to sit. And I can reach everything. Levers are adjustable, so no worries about that. But I can reach them so easy. Nice thin grips, I love that. All the controls so easy to reach, but I'll show you on the road. Everything just fits the rider. I'm 1.75 meters tall, 5'9", and it fits me very well. I can reach the ground with both feet firmly. I rode it literally everywhere. I had it for 3 weeks and I rode it as much as I can. Riding everywhere, I still felt confident. I didn't thought I will after 8S. 8S is more confident, but this gives me more thrills. It makes me want to ride it more. It makes me want to ride it everywhere, all the time, any weather, until I kind of master it, but I don't. But I will talk more about all the stuff on the road now, guys, because I have to go to Milton Keynes. So I woke up in the morning all ready to go early in the morning, but it was raining all morning. Now it's midday. I have to go all the way to Milton Keynes, which is 100 miles for me. I'm not picking up Suzuki this time. I'm going back on my own Harley-Davidson Sportster, which will probably not start. So I have to rush to make sure I have enough time to sort out the battery if the bike doesn't start, and then ride back home. I need my bike back because I'm going to a trip out with Simon Perry. We're going to a chopper show for all weekend. Friday to Sunday we will be camping, we will be riding Harley-Davidsons, and we will be having fun. That's in the next episodes. Today we're talking about Katana. Best quick shifter ever. So smooth. Quick shifter and blipper both are very, very smooth. Smoother than 8S. You'll probably hear me comparing a lot, but it's because I took one and the other bike straight afterwards. So it's a comparison. But you hear that sound? Wow! Problem I found with it is to keep it in the speed limit, especially the speed limit like 30 miles per hour, because it's so easy to go faster, so like ridiculously easy. But at the same time, going slow speeds, the bike is happy, it's not twitchy, you don't feel like it has the need to go faster. It's still very smooth. It's still very doable and very nice. If you are riding a lot in the city, you'll have no problem at all. Being stuck in the traffic and doing slow speeds, still it's brilliant. So if you're buying this for an urban environment and occasional blasts outside the city, and I mean, a lot of you might say this is too powerful for a city riding, but look at it. It's a beautiful bike, and maybe somebody wants too powerful bike for a city environment with that very nice retro 80s look, then go for it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant in the low speeds as well as obviously in the high speeds, and where every bike belongs on the twisty roads outside the city. That's where every bike feels its best. Strangely, even though it is a bigger bike than it doesn't feel big and bulky, so filtering going in between the lines, which is legal in this country, bear in mind that. It feels okay. So I had to pay attention of where the driver's looking. It's a lot of drivers that are looking in their phones, not on the road, unfortunately. So have to be careful. And there are some people that are not here. Thank you very much, good sir. Thank you. I heard some people complaining about the small tank and the brakes of Katana. It really depends where you're coming from. I believe an adventure bike rider used to a bigger tank, and a sports or street naked rider used to a sharper brakes. I personally did thousands of miles with a small tank, using petrol stops as an opportunity to stretch, to drink, to take a photo, and to text my other half that I'm still alive. Also, I have to admit that Katana brakes are not the sharpest, but does a job way better than many retro classics roadsters that I rode. So really, whether you will complain about the brakes and the small tank or not depends from your background and your style of riding. I personally not complaining about neither of that. I got a little bit lost, quite deliberately, because I wanted to stop and do some filming but couldn't find any nice scenic place, so you will enjoy just riding with me. Let's talk about the fun factor of the bike. I think it is a very important thing to mention, and many reviews not talking about that. Why are we getting motorcycles, except from commuting? But I think it's quite obvious that Katana is not a bike for commuting. I mean, not purposed deliberately to be a commuter's motorcycle. Fuel consumption on this is good. but it's not the best. Obvious, especially if you are twisting the throttle and like a little bit of a thrill in your ride. But that is a fun factor of it. It's beyond fun to ride it. Starting with the sound, and the throttle response, it's incredible. It's so good. I mean, it's everything you could expect from more than you would expect from looking at it, because it does have that retro look, but it has all the modern technologies in it, and that is why that makes fun bike to ride. For me, fun bike has to have it all. It has to tick the box of having some uniqueness in the look, let's say that way, but at the same time it has to be good to ride. It can be good to ride in a different way. I mean, my sports state's good to ride, but it's in its own way. This is uncomparable. That does feel like a retro sports bike, but it's made user-friendly. It's made friendly to use on the modern days roads, in the traffic, in the rain, in the different conditions, in the different speeds. Just enjoyable as well, and having that quirkiness in it and having that character in it, it's very smooth and easy to control, and that is definitely a fun bike to ride. I have 36 more miles to go, 1 hour of a ride, and I really don't want to give it back. I really fell in love with it, and I really enjoyed every single ride, despite maybe sometimes I was tired, or maybe sometimes I wasn't very confident that day. You know, when you have a day, you wake up and you don't feel that good for a ride, you feel a bit rubbish. Maybe some of you don't, the ones who've been born on a motorcycle, but those of you who started riding a bit later, and I started riding 7 years ago, I have days when I wake up and I love riding, but I feel like today I will not be my best. And normally I am a bit rubbish, but this bike makes it easy, makes even those days enjoyable, because then you just comfortably go around the bends in your own speed and your own enjoyment, but have that a little bit of thrill, and it doesn't have to get you in trouble and get you to lose your license. I don't know how about you, but sometimes for me it's just that one overtake of a car, or I don't know, doing the corner a little bit faster than normal, or just a little twist of a throttle and the sound of a bike, or changing the gears and hearing the sound of the engine makes me happy, truly. One sunny Sunday, I rode to Mint Customs on Katana. Simon was very keen to see it, and he wasn't disappointed at all. Unfortunately, due to the press load insurance policy, he could not ride it. But we rode together for coffee, met Nikki and Harley, Ben, Brains and others, and had a ride back to Mint. We wasn't building bikes that day, but I asked Simon, could he show me how to adjust Katana suspension, and that was super easy. Comparing with the other riders, I am lighter, like 20-30 kilograms lighter than a normal average rider. So almost every single bike I ride, it was a little bit too hard for me. But then I took it to Mint Customs, took this to Simon, who used to work for Suzuki for 10 years, I think. And I could call him a Suzuki expert still. And he adjusted my suspension. The front forks are fully adjustable and quite easy adjustable. I wanted to do that myself, but by the time I was chatting with Nikkei, he already did that. So I missed the opportunity to do it myself, but it's very easy. It is very doable, very quick, and you can adjust it if you take a pillion, if you take your wife for a ride, or you take some luggage, you go touring, you can literally adjust it with a couple tools. I've been on the bike for an hour and a half now, a little bit more today, and I wouldn't say that my bum is sore very much. I do feel it when I think about it. I do feel that I've been sitting for quite a long time, but not more uncomfortable than sitting on my couch. So I don't have a very comfortable couch, if you notice in the videos. Anyway, it is not uncomfortable. Obviously it's not a cruiser or the bike made for a very long distances, so definitely you could feel that it is on the harder side. On the other hand, I feel I prefer that. I like this riding position. I like how I sit. The seat though, I'm sliding down a little bit. I don't really like that. I would prefer it a kind of like slide down towards the tank, which is when I'm riding faster, I don't feel that. But if I'm going slow speeds, or if I'm taking a pressure on my hands completely, I have to squeeze my knees quite a lot to hold myself back, because I could feel like I'm sliding down. I said it before and I will repeat that every motorcycle is enjoyable on the twisty roads. Absolutely every single motorcycle belongs on the twisty, curvy, beautiful roads. But then when you go to the extent of like boring motorway, but then I felt the difference between the 600-700 bikes and a liter engine, which is Katana. I loved it. I liked it. That was one of not many motorcycles I enjoyed riding dual carriageway, equivalent of the motorway here in UK. It's not a big difference. And riding it in the traffic, I enjoyed the sound of it. I wasn't listening to anything, I wasn't listening to the music, and I wasn't bored. I was listening to the sound of the engine. And as much as I love my bike, going 70 miles per hour on Sportster, after a while you get a little bit tired. Whereas on Katana, you could continue going and going. It was so easy and effortless, it's like nothing. 70 miles per hour for that bike was absolutely nothing. Hello, I came to refund the bike. So this is it. My journey with Katana is over. It was a wonderful last 100 miles we spent together, but who knows, maybe in the future we will be together again. Now I'm at Suzuki UK, where I meant to take GCS S 1000, which is basically Katana, just naked Katana and do the comparison video, as well as take it back home for a couple of weeks, do reviews and everything. But I can't. I have to take my Harley, my Sportster, who was having a vacation at Suzuki for good 6 weeks or so. And believe you or not, it started. Not from the first go, but started. Didn't have to charge or do anything. Good boy. And now we'll have a ride back. I sat on it and it felt very awkward. I think I get used to bikes like this quicker. Then I adjust back on my own bike that I did nearly 50,000 on. That tells a lot about the comfort of the motorcycle. But like I said before, and I will always tell you, it's all very individual. It's different for everyone. What suits me and what I like, you might not. So you always have to try it yourself. And I'm here to share my feelings and to make you keen to try. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.